Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Seventh Rule and Virtual TrekCon presents the STLV Pre-Con Con. Said it all correctly with Sirach Lofton, of course.
Hello. You did it.
My name is Ryan T. Husk. Today we have some of the Roddenberries. It is the Star Trek themed rock and roll frickin' band. They're amazing. We've got Commandrew. We've got Sister Spock, and we've got Scotch joining us. How's everybody doing today?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Doing great.
Thank you so much for having us, guys.
It's so funny how as soon as we hit record, we all got like way lower key than than the filth we were saying just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, can the three of you just tell everybody what the Roddenberries are, number one, and what each one of you does within the Roddenberries?
Sure. Well, I'm Sister Spock. I'm co-manager, lead singer. I play some flute and tin whistle. I write most of the lyrics. And wait, what was the other question? Sorry.
The Roddenberries in general. What do they do?
The Roddenberries in general. We are a Star Trek-ified sci-fi multimedia rock cabaret. It's a little bit of lots of stuff thrown together. We do characters, we do costume changes, we do a lot of parodies of Star Trek and sci-fi classics, other shows. We also do, classic series themes, instrumental stuff from the movies. We kind of do a little bit of a lot of stuff. But our main goal is to appeal to the entirety of the nerdosphere. We do everything from like superhero fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, a little bit of everything from the nerdosphere. But we're mainly a Star Trek band. But that being said, we've also done themes for other performances like conventions or specific shows we've been invited in which to participate, and stuff like, we've done Star Wars shows where we're very Star Wars heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Things such as this, we've been to like Comic-Cons where there's a little bit of all of it. So we'll do, we did the Chewbacca song and had the guys from Clerks come up and sing that song with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, gaming stuff. We performed with Troy Baker. We like to dabble a little bit, but the Star Trek convention is really like, it's our home. We feel like it's our main goal, and it's our people. It's like our perfect venue.
Mm-hmm.
We're very excited to be involved.
And also, by the way, everybody, before Scotch and Commandrew finish that question, let's just say it right now. You are the house band, the official house band for Star Trek Las Vegas, the 57-year mission at the Rio in Las Vegas, are you not?
It is true. We are, in fact. This will be our third year being the house band. We're very excited.
Nail it.
Yeah, I like that you say you bring a little bit of a lot. A little bit of a lot over
Jack
there.
of all trades, baby.
We do try.
There are a lot of personalities. So
Yes.
Yeah, we do have a lot of different personalities in the band.
Well, like
Not to say that we're schizophrenic.
No.
But
I'm so Geller. Commandrew? Did you want to say something, or shall I just keep drifting in and out of the reality? Yeah, I guess it does, Beth. We're different. However,
go for it, Scotch.
Oh, right. So I'm Scotch. I am present now as much as I can be within this temporal anomaly. It's awesome. I do funny things. I write funny stuff. I sing funny songs. I make funny costumes. I perform funny characters. By and large, the clown of the group. So I try to, we try to broaden it out. And again, the Roddenberries are a 7-person or 8-person house band on the stage for this upcoming year. But the Roddenberries are also going to be giving 2 different performances, which are going to be allowing us to cut loose with our formidable cabaret, which takes everything into an absurd or hyper-reverent manner and makes it either into something farcical and whimsical, which can be easily digestible, or we reach to take something and put it to an extreme seriousness just to be clever for rock and roll's purposes. We don't generally do, hard-hitting real songs. We tend to be the Weird Al Yankovic of Star Trek bands.
Nice.
But we also like to pepper in original. We do source material, which is utterly original or reverent towards the source. And those performances are great. Also, we're going to have a large presence in the vending room, which is where we get to connect to our community and our own little fans, which are mostly us. We also travel as a very large group. seven or eight house band members, but about 15 actual members in Vegas during the time. So, Andrew, what do you do?
Well, I am one of the 7 house band members and one of the 15 other people coming out to Vegas. No, I'm one of the guitar players.
Yeah.
In the band, I also do some percussion when people allow me to, and also I'm one of the filmmakers. So with Scott and a couple other people, so a lot of help out with a lot of the media that we've created over the years. So those are the hats that I wear in the band.
Very cool.
We do make a lot of media.
Mostly Scott and Andrew here are responsible for the fact that if you Google the Roddenberries, we go past the first Google page of stuff. We have a lot of video content, and that's completely due to these guys right here.
It's not easy to do.
It's an obsession. So
yeah, you guys are wonderful.
It's a dream job.
I love my job.
Yes.
If only it paid.
Let me ask you guys. So touring for this band is hitting up the conventions. Is that like your tour circuit essentially?
We've done a lot of performances locally at various venues in town. We've gone to upstate New York. We've performed with J.G. Hertzler. We've done shows in Jersey. We're mainly like tri-state area performances, just because it's a lot to get all of us and all of our gear to a far place. The furthest we've traveled has been Vegas, but we've done a bunch of different comms. We've done Wizard World, we've done Keystone, New York Comic Con. We've been doing every year. We've been performing something at STLV since 2016. So. Conventions are really kind of our niche because it's the highest concentration of the nerdosphere that we can attack all at once. Not attack, that's
entertain.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, entertain.
We've certainly toured. Technically, we toured the Rio because we generally play about 3 stages within the Rio.
Sure, you guys are all over that place.
Yeah, we do.
We do tour the Rio.
Yeah. So
and Bally's. We toured Bally's.
We toured Bally's. It counts. It counts.
Yeah, that
well,
was
I'm glad you specified too, because when you said there's 7 of us, I was like, wait, I remember seeing a shitload of you guys on stage. So in Vegas, when you're doing that, that's when you pull out all the stops. Okay, that makes sense. And you've also had you mentioned you worked with J.G. Hertzler, but you also included Robert O'Reilly through the magic of technology in one of your music videos, at least one that I've seen.
Yeah, that was Showdown 2020, the Klingon Showdown.
Yeah.
Jeffrey
But do you remember?
Jeffrey Combs was in at the end of it. That's very important.
I don't remember that. I'll have to watch it again.
Is 3 guest stars.
So I wanted to ask you, what was your very first, either as a group or individually, your very first Star Trek Las Vegas? And did you fall in love immediately, or did you just go as the Roddenberries as your first time?
Let's roll a clip.
Yeah. Honestly, our very first Star Trek Las Vegas was in 2016. We all went, all of us. And it was because the Roddenberry people at another convention we had been brought to their attention by a couple of fans that were like, hey, have you heard of this band called the Roddenberries, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they contacted us and hired us to come out and do 3 nights performing on the Roddenberry stage, which was the first year that CBS was trying out that second stage for STLV. Excuse me. So we were kind of the guinea pigs to try the stage out. And it was awesome. I mean, we met Rod and Trevor for the first time. We met a bunch of the actors. We did the 50th anniversary toast with Adam Nimoy and Roddenberry and Chris Doohan, like the sons of these remarkable actors from the original series, which is that's how I got into Trek, is the original series. Because my dad started me really, really young on that. But that was amazing. That was actually really an amazing time. It was the first time any of us had been to STLV. Scott and I had been to conventions prior to that, Star Trek conventions, but this was the time that we all went, and it was really fascinating getting all of our shit to the airport on the plane. Andrew, how many bags did we have? Like 26 bags or something between all of us, because we had like
definitely,
ring, and it's like
25
all right,
plus.
Who doesn't have an extra bag? Now you have an extra bag of merch that you're carrying, and like instruments and guitars and just costumes, and because we really did our full cabaret then. So there were a lot of costume changes, and it was crazy. We were on the loading deck changing, because the first year it was in the back of the room, the stage. So it was literally the loading deck. Oh, there's William Shatner. I'm pretty sure he saw my boobs when I was changing behind a huge speaker that was sitting back there. Oh, there goes Jonathan Frakes. There's Whoopi Goldberg. It was like it was wild, but that was kind of like us being just poured into STLV for the first time, and it was magic. It was magic.
It was magic.
We were rehearsing on the loading dock.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
learning songs in like 5 minutes on the loading dock. Like we learned a song for Robert Picardo.
Yeah. We were literally on the loading dock as they're loading material in for the catering. And I'm halfway dressed as a Klingon, half Cardassian, pants off. And Terry Farrell turns the corner, and I'm just like, "Hey, Farrell, don't look at me." But Terry was awesome. Nana, visitor, absolutely bowed at me, and I bowed back, and we kept bowing at each other. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." But yeah, it was a challenging. 2016 was a challenging year. Sister Spock's parents were so excited about her appearing in Vegas, they got 2 tickets and came out to watch the cabaret.
It was also their 50th anniversary. My parents have been married as long as Star Trek has been alive.
Wow!
So I'll never forget their anniversary, because it's the same amount of years as Star Trek. But yeah, they flew all the way out to Vegas, sat in the front row. Clark Kramer took care of them. It was great.
Yeah, we should also clarify that while we now have a terrific relationship with J.G. Hertzler, let's be clear that the very first year we were rocking out on the Roddenberry stage, as our contract specified, we went a little long, as in clickety click, and J.G. Hertzler came walking over to talk from karaoke, happening at the same time, divided by one large Rio convention wall, and so we were loud, and Hertzler wanted us to. And he did. But then, and we tried to accommodate. We cut out like 6 songs, and then when they were doing their thing, at one point, Hertzler comes backstage and is like, "Does anyone have a guitar we can borrow?"
Oh, now you love us all of a sudden.
Exactly. And so what I did was I built an olive branch of a foam core Klingon guitar.
Yeah, you did.
Inside of like 10 minutes, and it was all foam core, and I thought it was firm. And I ran it backstage. I'm dodging the caterers in the back alleyways, pushing carts. And then I go up to where O'Reilly and Hertzler are doing their karaoke, and I present him the guitar. And he's just like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And he says on stage, 15 minutes after being very angry with us, "God bless the Roddenberries." Yes. And I get so excited. I run back, dodging death, going by the caterers. I go to the band. "Oh my God, someone come with me. J.G. Hertzler's playing my foam core guitar right now on stage." And someone runs with me, maybe Lefty Von Blitz, I don't remember. And we go into the room, and J.G. is now taking the guitar and throwing it out to the crowd, who destroy it. It was the best of times.
I remember this.
The beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We're chummy. We're chummy now.
He still uses a foam core guitar prop like in every show now ever since then.
Well, when we try to do a Roddenberry show, we try to make every little detail fun, nerdy, mind the details. So we'll make a little backlift keyboard guitar. It's funny. But live, when it comes to what they do, generally, O'Reilly and Hertzler, for some reason, like using brooms. They just think it's funny. They've got fans who have built them actual guitars, or I would build them a foam core guitar. But they're just like, broom is fine. So you do what you can to please people. What
The
can you do?
Klingons.
The Klingons. What can you do? What can you
Yeah.
do?
Not give them a guitar, a real guitar.
Right. Don't give them a real guitar because
Right.
that would have been thrown into the crowd. So
Yeah, don't give him a real guitar.
No.
he would have done the same thing for sure. But it is fun. When we did Showdown 2020 during the heart of the pandemic, in an effort to build up hope and keep enthusiasm and get people distracted for one day more,
I still can't believe we did that.
we were able to get O'Reilly and Hertzler in for makeup, and O'Reilly never left LA. We had our own friends and hired guns go and record him there. It was fun to get him to say words like poo-poo and caca, and he would put them, and they were in the script, and he would say them, and I was just so thrilled and honored that Galron said poo-poo. I'm very proud of that. Not to mention getting Jeffrey Combs at the last minute. Jeffrey Combs shows up as Wayoon 9.5 to ruin the party. And that was all digital. But again, I was really proud that Jeffrey Combs viewed us at least legitimate enough for a pandemic era web show.
Yeah,
So-
it was also a very important voting year, as we all remember, for 2016. No, I'm sorry, 2020. So they were all very much into helping us get the word out. Please vote. It's very important. Please vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on Scotch with his pants down, dressed as a Cardassian, saying hi to
Listen,
Terry Farrell.
It's true.
Half
You're
Klingon,
lucky.
Cardassian, pants down. He's describing a normal afternoon at our house.
You know the best part about that is he says
Kidding.
half Klingon, half Kardashian. But then he went, oh, like that. And I was thinking, that's a Vidian. I recognize that Vidian. That's a Vidian
Oh.
voice.
Hold on. Could be a shapeshifter caught in the middle. The part of the fun of the cabarets is that we still are in our mind, we're certainly 25 forever. But when you're actually getting past 40 and 45, as I am, not Sister Spock, the fast changes just don't happen as fast anymore. So now I have 2 songs so I can change from one thing to the other. But I've definitely gone on stage wearing the Cardassian pants with the Klingon top because it's like, I didn't have time. We are running off stage. There's a disco music happening.
Yeah, but
We
you
are
know, all
the fast
prosthetics
changes.
and stuff. I'm fascinated that you even do those costume changes because you really do go all out for your Klingon and your. I mean, John Paladin handmade these prosthetics that he's wearing and flying and then taking off. It's crazy.
We want it to look good, but we are not cosplayers. We are entertainers trying to give people a bit of a show. And
Yes.
when we run off stage, and Sister Spock will tell you, like there are times where if she can't find the wig to be Sister Scott, the Mr. Scott gender swapped character, she won't go on stage until she finds that wig because that's the character. You gotta have that character before you go on stage. So the band has to vamp. And there have been some inspired moments. There have been some inspired moments with that.
I've had some issues with my Riker mustache.
Sure. Or the eyebrow.
Speaking of Riker mustache, everybody, real quick, what do you think?
Dying to hear what you're following this.
What do you think of this?
Oh, God, yeah. What is that?
Don't forget to vote.
This
Yeah,
year,
baby.
vote.
Here he comes.
Hey, it's Jeff, and it's time to vote. Do it.
It's true.
Proof. He was
True.
there.
I love how
Yeah.
the draw you are, Ryan T. Husk.
J.G. Hertzler, we drove 6.5 hours from where we are with a camera crew, C-stands, cloth, kit, material. We had playback. We had a crew of, I think, 6. And we went out there to make sure that we were masked, part of the pandemic, part of it.
Yeah.
And we went out there to go under every protocol required to keep people alive.
Yeah.
And as the moment we pull up in JG's driveway, we all had a plan. We're all going to separate, spray ourselves down with rubbing alcohol. We're all going to mask up and wear deep sea diving suits. And JG comes out his front door, is like, "Here you guys are. I'm so happy. Give me a hug. Hug me." No, stay distant. But again, it was thrilling to be part of that. It's it's great. It's great fun to have Martok yelling at you.
I got a question. So you guys were named the Roddenberries prior to ever meeting Roddenberry?
Yes. This is what we like to call our 11th season. We started officially in 2012. And
Okay.
just very briefly about our name, I will tell you that when we were rehearsing and figuring out what our material was going to be and what we just knew we wanted to be a Star Trek band. We didn't know what the hell that meant, but we just started throwing in material. We did some, like long time back from the Space Hippies episode, The Way to Eden, which I like to call the musical episode of TOS, which I still love most till this day. We did like the original theme, we did like a Red Shirt Blues song, Behemoth Time, the fight theme. But anyway, we're sitting on Billy, my co-manager's Spocknik, his porch after a rehearsal, and we were thinking like, all right, we need a band name. So we literally, when I tell you, we went through like every single name of every episode from TOS. We're like, let's be Savage Curtain. We're going to be The Way to Eden. It's like, all right, guys, we got to be a little bit more original. And I believe it was.
What about the cage?
Yeah.
Every single one. The menagerie.
The menagerie was on there.
Episode name. Oh yeah, and The Children Shall Lead. All of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we finally our percussionist Jay Warp, who is Billy's brother, he came up with, why aren't we the Roddenberries? Why don't we call ourselves the Roddenberries? And everyone agreed on that. So we're like, that sounds pretty awesome. We love Gene Roddenberry. He's the reason for any of this. He's the reason we're talking right now.
But there was a 3-year period before 2016 where we were thinking out loud, we might be in trouble.
Oh, right.
And then we got an email. Right. We got a letter or an email from Roddenberry Entertainment, which changed things.
Yeah, we're like, oh my God, we found out we're going to get sued.
Yeah.
No, he's like, hey, would you like to come and perform? We're like, would we? Oh man, get us on that plane. Yeah. Officially, he has given us his blessing. There's nothing in writing, but he said, absolutely, I'm thrilled you guys took our name. I think that's great.
Well, he hasn't sued you, so that's pretty nice.
He hasn't. But we have a wonderful relationship with Rod Roddenberry. He's an extraordinary.
He's such a sweetheart. He's a sweet man.
He's so down to earth. He's so available for people. He's so real. He's just
absolutely.
I love him. I just love him to death. He's wonderful. We've got a great relationship with him.
So now,
so he reached out. He reached out to you, and that was the beginning of the marriage.
And then,
there.
Claire Kramer, who is one of the Roddenberry Entertainment folks, she kind of helped with the reservations, and we got hotel rooms and flights and stuff, and came out and just we did the anniversary toast and sang Happy Birthday to Star Trek, and we did 3 nights of performances on the stage. It was it was
a success because here we are these many years later, and you'll be headlining it once again at STLV, and you've become a real fixture at the Star Trek Las Vegas convention, which is essentially the pinnacle of conventions, Star Trek conventions in America.
They can't get rid of us.
What a beautiful story.
And the guests seem to love you. When they come out on stage, it's got to feel good to watch the guests like rocking out or singing along, or they start to like dance on their way out. But here's the big question. What can people look forward to this year? You doing something new? Are you just being more Roddenberry all the time? Is it going to be a lot? What are we looking forward to? Any special events? Are you going to have a table?
All of that and so much more.
Yeah, all the above.
We have a table in the vendor's room. People can come. We're going to have some new fun merch this year, different stuff, so people can come and check our fabulous merch assistants that are also Roddenberries, and they're going to be helping. They're all cosplaying every day. We are going to be the house band from Thursday through Sunday every day. One of the things that we really strive to do as house band, we don't want to just pick random songs to just bring people on and off. We like to make it relevant to the guests. We like to make it smart. We like to make it fun. Like Shatner, we played off to TJ Hooker theme, and we saw him shake his ass.
That's hot.
I've never saw him shake his ass before, but yeah,
he danced.
He danced a little bit for that.
He danced.
Full shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, like we played Chekhov's Run for Walter Koenig, which is a song named after him from The Voyage Home, the movie, which I believe they're showing that in theaters. Not in the theaters. I think they're doing a free screening of that this year. Takei, we're doing It Takei's too. He had a podcast with his husband Brad, and that's the theme song for that. Like we try and learn and do things that are relevant but also fun and different. And we want the music to be as much for the fans and the crowd as for the celebrity guests coming out. We want to make it fun for them as well. You know, make music that's going to make them want to shake their ass or get involved. And you know, plus we got Andrew and Joe like hurling tambourines and maracas at them and stuff. Here you go, guys, come on in and do it. I mean, we had Rainn Wilson get up and play drums with us.
Oh.
That was his call. That was 2 years ago.
That
And
was
he was
his
like,
call.
I want to play drums with this band. So we all like jam our heads out on stage. We're like, are you serious? Please come. We dug up a song that we haven't done in years, Whole Lot of Mud. That was earlier in our like season.
Like Led
3
Zeppelin?
start.
Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
Got a
Very
whole lot
nice.
of mud.
Very
And he
nice.
played that, and so we're singing our tribute to Harry Mudd, and Harry Mudd is playing the drums, which was kind of stupid for us as nerds because, you know, how do you make that happen? Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of moments, you know, Dawn Lewis and Tony Newsome, we had them sing a little Superstition last year.
What, Stevie Wonder, you mean?
What's that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder, very superstitious?
Yes, yes.
And
So this year you can look forward to hopefully a lot more of that. We're going to be the house band, but also I can tell you that Wednesday night, we're doing a welcome dance party social mixer that's free for everyone to attend. I think that's 9 to 10:30. And that will be on the Roddenberries stage. That's a straight up dance party for 90 minutes. We've got the set list and we've been rehearsing that stuff. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're doing house band. Yeah, house band stuff Thursday to Sunday. And then Saturday, we are doing a cabaret with celebrity guests. And I can't discuss all the details about that right now, but it is confirmed. We will be performing on Saturday night. So that is going to kind of be like a last hurrah. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So,
It seems like it would be the funnest thing to do, to just make parodies and, you know, and just sing and have fun, and people who are enjoying the, you know, the music as well as the rewrites, you know, this is like, it's good stuff.
There are moments where all those worlds collide and combine, as the band members, certainly Sister Spock and Spotnik, our two directors, would like to always put music that inspires generally the celebrity or moderator, and it it should connect and reach to the audience as well. But there are moments where we get all of the things to happen at the same time, as with 2021, I believe, where we had prepared from Pippin the song Magic to Do. And we were fortunate enough, we knew that Ben Vereen was going to be doing a very simple one-on-one panel.
solo panel.
And so we were able to take Magic to Do from an album that was very influential to me as a young performer. And the band was playing it as his intro, but the applause drowned it out. As he got up to exit, and he had just gone through several, you know, major medical concerns, the moment he heard the music, he just took the mic and faced the crowd and sang 2 verses of Magic to Do from Pippin. And he truckified it himself. And moments like that get me in the feels. And the other audience members too came up and said how terrific it was to see Ben Vereen sing, because Ben Vereen was doing his own cabaret, private, separate ticket. But just that little peppering to an audience was, I thought, very. I thought it brought a lot of emotion up, certainly from myself and from Sister Spot.
Oh, that was a bucket list moment for me. I don't think I've ever been, like, when we go on stage, you know, and there's obviously 2021, it was crazy because the pandemic, you know, people from Europe couldn't make it because they had all the restrictions.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't as largely attended, and for good reason, because it was, you know, the pandemic. But you know, when you're on stage in front of so many people, I think we've been doing it for so long. There's not a lot of nerves that come into it per se. But when it was Ben Vereen, I was so nervous for some reason. I was like, I'm gonna fuck it up, mess everything up. Oh my God, it's Ben Vereen, it's Ben Vereen. And then when he started singing and he looked right at me and he was singing with me, and I was just like a deer in headlights. And it was just like, he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He has such inspirational, loving things to offer and advice and such wisdom. And he's just such a beautiful soul. And, talking to him backstage was just an honor. And I mean, literally when he sang and then he said, "All right, see you Trekkers, enjoy the rest of the con." And he kind of danced on out. I was literally snot crying on stage. Like I had to turn around. The only thing on my nose was my mask. So I run downstairs.
It's like a cup.
Oh,
it's like a nose bib.
Oh, it was disgusting. Yeah, a nose trough. I like ran into the bathroom in the green room, kicked the door open. I'm calling my parents. I'm like, "Oh, get the phone." He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I just stop crying."
There's one small circular anecdote, which was our bass player Zephram is also a fan of Ben Vereen. His mother is an uber fan of American musical Broadway theater. And when Ned was a young man during a snowstorm, Ned Zephram,
Right.
during a snowstorm, Ned's mother insisted he and his brother go with him to see Ben Vereen at a sold-out show at a club, a mid-level country club kind of performance. It was Ben Vereen, and he'd be doing everything from Superstar to Pippin and all the things between. And Ned went there, and the storm was so bad that only 7 people were in the theater. And he said, and he told this to Ben Vereen as well in 2021. Ben Vereen came on that stage and sweated his ass off for the entirety of the show, did an encore, and met Ned and his mother at the end of the show, quick handshake. And Ned told him at the time that it really impressed him that he gave all that show for just 7 or 8 people.
Yeah.
And
professional.
And he was, and that little tale of the enthusiasm. It doesn't matter what size the audience. You're supposed to give. Your job is to take their head space into a different area. And so Ned was able to bring that back and back up Ben Vereen on stage, like probably 40 plus years later. So, I guess all things are connected.
Yeah, he's of an ilk of showmanship that is rare at this time, his generation. Like he's a treasure. He really is.
I hope he gets back.
Well, check this out, everybody. We're going to have to run in just a second here. But before we do, want to make sure that everybody goes to theroddenberries.com and finds the Roddenberries all over social media. That's going to be at Roddenberries or at the Roddenberries.
It's the Roddenberries.
The Roddenberries.
The Roddenberries. Thank you, Command Drew. Also, on our way out, I just want to point out that still to this day, you've done a ton of wonderful things. Everybody on YouTube, go find them as well. But this is still my favorite Roddenberries moment. And it goes a little something like this. It's so freaking good. Especially because it gets so rockin' later. Check it out. Sorry, everybody. If you want to hear the entire thing, and I know you do, I want to hear it. I'm getting weepy-eyed right now. Just go to the Roddenberries YouTube channel and check it out. It's called Star Trek Inner Light Fan Video. Star Trek Inner Light Fan Video. Oh, can't get enough of that one. Sirach, we're going to watch that episode one day on The Next Generation, and you will love it.
Yeah, I had to look up Ben Vereen's connection to Star Trek. I know Ben Vereen, but I don't know him from Star Trek. But yeah, now I know because I looked it up thanks to Google.
One episode.
Yeah, he played Geordie's dad.
I was like, what does Ben Vereen got to do with Star Trek? It turns out he's a LaForge. So, okay.
Yeah, he's a huge Trekkie, too. He's a big-time Trekkie in real life. So he was so into it.
All right, guys. Thanks for the fun. Command Drew, Scotch, and Sister Spock, and all 7 to 15 of you. Everybody go check them out online. And if you are going to Star Trek Las Vegas, check them out. You won't have to go far. They're going to be freaking everywhere on every stage, touring the Rio. They're going to be drinking you under the table. And they're going to be smiles and laughter the entire way. And buy yourself a shirt like what Commander is wearing because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Doug Jones got one.
See?
And if you see any half Klingon, half Cardassian,
that sounds like a Vidian,
guys,
Please return them to the Roddenberries.
Yes, please return.
All right.
No photos.
Thank you all very much, everybody, and everybody at home. We got a lot more for you, of course. We hope to see you at Star Trek Las Vegas, and if not, we'll just see you on the internet somewhere, as the French say. See you next time.
Thanks so much, guys.